First, can you please introduce yourself?
My name is Herbert Mac Connelly. I go by my middle name, Mac.
Okay, well, thank you. Where and when were you born?
Trinidad, Colorado, 1922, September the 20th.
Okay. How many siblings did you have and what were their names?
I had 7 siblings.
Wow.
The one nearest to me was Ray Connelly, then a sister Billie June Connelly, a sister Melba Joyce Connelly, a sister Beverly Ann Connelly, a sister, she always went by her nickname, Flora Mae Connelly, and another sister, Phyllis Jean Connelly. Then the tail end was a brother, James Michael Connelly.
Okay. What did your parents do for a living?
My father, when we moved from Trinidad, Colorado to the oil fields in Texas, a new boom town called Borger, Texas. And my father was a partner with another fellow, and they opened a small meat packing company. In those days, they didn't have refrigerated trucks, so every little town had their own little packing house or slaughterhouse, their own brickyard and their own brewery. And even Trinidad had a brewery and a brickyard. So they ran this wholesale meat company.
Wow.
And so my dad finally, his responsibility was to always procure the livestock ready for slaughter. So he bought a place out in the country to more or less store the livestock. And so I grew up there. We didn't farm there. Later on, he began to buy foreclosed wheat farms. But he never farmed, he just contracted the farming.
Okay. Were you drafted or did you enlist in the military?
I enlisted.
Okay. When did you start serving?
6 weeks after Pearl Harbor.
Wow.
I was accepted as an aviation cadet January the 18th, 1942.
And what branch of the military were you in?
I was appointed aviation cadet in the Army Air Corps.
Wow. And what did you fly?
Well, I trained on a two-wing biplane called a Stearman. Middle training was a Vultee BT-13, and then I went to twin-engine advanced school, and it was Cessna UC-78 twin-engine. That was my training airplanes.
Okay. And did you have any other family in the military?
My brother, just younger than I, joined the Navy cadet program and flew Corsairs in World War II.
What were your emotions on going to war?
I was young and stupid and anxious to get in. I was afraid the war would end before I got there.
Yeah.
It just, you can't explain that rationally.
Yeah. Okay. Where were you stationed?
Well, I trained I was first sent to Boise, Idaho to be a co-pilot on a B-17 crew. Normally, the first pilot had gone to transition school for 2 months. So I was flying co-pilot for Lou Hart. And at the end of a month, we had begun to use Lou so many planes in the 8th Air Force on the bombing missions that General Hap Arnold ordered to increase the output of combat crews. So they decided they would promote a bunch of us co-pilots. So I had flown as a co-pilot for a month, no landings, and I was pulled out, and another pilot was given to Lou for his co-pilot. And so I'm assigned a crew. I look up on the blackboard, and here's a crew for me, and I've never landed a B-17. So we meet a captain, Army captain, get in this B-17, and we go up. We shoot 3 landings and takeoffs. The last one wasn't too bad. So he says, that one checks you out. I'm going to get out, and you go up and fly around for 45 minutes and then shoot landings the rest of the period.
Okay. That's funny.
So I was a first pilot.
Okay. Well, thank you so much.
Is that the end of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.